Hello, America. I'm Dave Hodges. I'm the host of the Common Sense Show, where the show freeing America one enslaved mind at a time. And we're going to talk to you about the fact that America is slipping into dual economy. And if the silver crisis does what many people are beginning to fear it will do, we will still have a dual economy. It'll be bad and it'll be intolerable. If the silver crisis doesn't manifest and there's a magical, I don't know what that's going to be, but a magical solution, then we'll have good and terrible. And we're going to tell you all about those distinctions right here on the Common Sense Show. We are brought to you by great products, and I mean great products. And what would those products be? Well, let me just talk about one of the three of the starter pack. The Nanosoma liquid spray. I have to tell you, I would not be here today if it was not for that spray. It doesn't cure anything, but it's restorative, preventative, and it raises your immune system to an incredible level. And people say, Dave, if you had to choose one thing among the many good things there are, what would you choose for people to use? It would be this product right here. And the testimonials are off the charts. Go to iwantmyhealthback.com/Dave Hodges. iwantmyhealthback.com/Dave Hodges. Well, Texas is becoming the corporate capital of the country. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Companies are leaving New York like crazy. Over 157,000 people have left in the last year. Corporation headquarters among them. As Mandami kicks in his communist policies, it's going to get worse. And then you're going to see some major players leaving New York. It's already happening in California, and that's where we want to go to. And I'm negatively affected by this, so I am really upset. I'm angry because I'm probably facing between $6 and $7 a gallon living in Arizona. What? Thought you were talking about California. Stay tuned. It was announced in the last week, Chevron, the fifth largest oil company in the world, is shutting down operations in California. Phillips 66, among the leaders in the world, announced exactly the same thing. And so did Valero, a more minor player, but it adds to the misery. Three major oil producers are shutting down operations, and guess where they're moving? If you said Texas, you would be correct. It's amazing what is happening in California. Now, let me share with you that these companies don't make this move lightly. Chevron said we're losing $1 billion in moving, but we can't hire six-figure engineers who want to live in this cesspool. Well, there is an alternative there, but I don't know if it's going to reverse this particular trend individually. And that's my good friend Paul Preston over in California, who is the head of the new California 51st State Movement. And Donald Trump needs to move this through now, now. So common sense can take over and maybe Chevron will open outposts. Now, Newsom is responsible for this, and so is the legislature. They're using green policies. And listen, I think we should be responsible stewards of our environment. But they've taken that, which would be normal, let's take care of the ocean, let's take care of the air. Okay, they've taken these normal policies and they've turned into taxation hellholes. I mean, Newsom is using terms like price gouging, excessive earning. Oh, really? So you're going to take away the excessive earning from these three companies, and your people are going to pay $8.50 a gallon. That's the projection. They're saying this could happen as soon as late summer. Well, unfortunately, because we have a do-nothing Democratic governor, do nothing. Oh, actually, she does some things. She's under investigation for RICO. Oh, yeah, that's not my words. That's what's in the media here. I've been reporting on that event for some time, and finally it's gotten teeth. And it looks like the Attorney General, Chris Mays, who's protected her up to this point, is not going to be able to help her. But she can't help the Arizona people because we get so much of our gas from California. Why? Why would you allow something so stupid to take place. Why? That makes no sense. But I'm looking at projections of $6 to $7 a gallon in the same time frame. This will cripple the already damaged Arizona economy, where we're going to probably see a 50% reduction in homes and their value over the next year. Oh, Arizona is going to be a hellhole. Arizona used to be staunchly conservative, but then we got the, sorry, I'm going to be honest, creeps moving from California with their wokest views, and they were escaping bad taxation policies, but they brought their California disease with them. And they infected Arizona to where we're a purple state and a very corrupt purple state. We're one of the most corrupt states in the country. And these people don't care if me and my neighbors are paying $7 a gallon for gas. They don't care. They do not care as long as they and their donors make their money. And that's true for Democrats across the business, because I'm hearing too that Newsom is making exceptions. And let's remember, this is the same Newsom that got billions of dollars to build light rail and hasn't laid 1 inch of track. I don't care what excuses he uses. 1 inch of track. Now, he's breaking another law. And I'm saying America is tired of not having perp walks. We've had it. President Trump, you've been in office for a year. Either Pam Bondi gets off the mark or you replace her. We want people prosecuted. Here's an example. The Jones Act. Shipments between states, both seafaring and land-based, must be done when it's oil by U.S. registered companies. This is a national security issue. Newsom is allowing that to be violated. Arizona is accepting illegal shipments. Mostly they're using the Chinese. Mostly. Oh, the trucking industry is an absolute disaster here in Arizona. We've got the driverless trucks and the danger that poses. I'm sure you've seen that on YouTube. And we have uh, people driving trucks that can't even read signs in English, posing that danger. Remember the death of the 3 people in Florida? Same issue. We have that going on here. And then we have a blatant violation of the Jones Act for Chinese drivers. Hmm. Yeah, this is absolutely unacceptable. And the net effect of this fallout of these 3 major corporations leaving, it's the collapse of Las Vegas. They're already in trouble. It's going to be the collapse of Phoenix, Tucson, and a lot of the metropolitan areas here in Arizona. We're going to have an economic collapse as well, too, because of this. This is news that's on the periphery, but I'm living in the middle of it, and we're all having discussions here. We know about it. But do you think the mainstream media is going to cover it for a second? Uh-uh. But when you look at 30% vacancy rates that are coming in homes over the next year, all of a sudden that'll start to get attention, and people say, well, what helped to contribute to that? Well, one of the things will be where we get our oil from Communist Newsom, Mr. Hammer and Sickle himself. He has done so many things that should be investigated, and I believe um, not just investigated, but indicted, prosecuted, and sentenced. Why not? Why not? I'm Dave Hodges. This is the Common Sense Show. We are the show that's freeing America one enslaved mind at a time. Are we raising the white flag in Arizona? No. But let me tell you, you politicians who were in a position to do something about it, not just the governor, but the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, the Arizona State Legislature, I promise you, by the midterms, we will turn this state upside down. And if you think you Republicans are safe and you can hide under the Trump banner, think again. Think again. The Toss Them All movement is coming to Arizona, and we are going to toss you all in the primary. And my idea is finally taking hold, not nationally, but in the state of Arizona, as I'm getting inquiries. Dave, how do we get, let's do that Toss Them All here. I've heard you talk about that. Yeah, we're going to organize. And everyone who's in office right now is not safe. You're going to lose your job. And especially when these gas prices hit, That'll be the match that lights the flare. I'm telling you right now, Arizona is going to go up in smoke, and we're going to take these politicians down, and we will have to recover. It's going to be painful, but I will say this. We will go back to our conservative routes. We were so conservative when I first moved here. You could see trucks driving down ICE Interstate 17 with Easy Rider rifle racks, gasoline cans hanging out the back. Well, those days may not come back in that form, but they're coming back. And you politicians who do nothing, I'll give you an example. They've let unbridled growth go on in North Surprise, which is a suburb northwest of Phoenix. And I live further north of that in a rural area, but the growth is catching up to us. But the growth has been so voluminous without planning. There's a bottleneck. There's a state highway and there is a thoroughfare that goes through, and that's the only way in or out. And you literally will spend 30 to 45 minutes trying to get through this intersection, and not a week goes by that there's not two or three fatalities. These leaders in Arizona that have allowed all this crap to happen, they have blood on their hands. And I'm telling you, people are leaving California, 250,000 have left. It's going to happen in Arizona. It's going to happen in Vegas. And those of us that feel like we might be stuck here, I tell you, politicians, you better start looking for a real job. I'm Dave Hodges. This is the Common Sense Show. We'll see you back here again next time.